Morning, guys. Got the wife's little hot rod here. It's an Audi Q5. It's really dirty, needs to be washed, but I get to put front brakes on it. Just so you know, this is a German-made vehicle, and if you buy any kind of German-made vehicle, BMW, blah blah blah, whatever, it's going to cost you a lot. Front brake pads and rotors, $311. Boom, right there. That's it. 311 bucks for that. But you know what? That's what happens when you buy that expensive ass German-made stuff. She just had to have it, so it is what it is. All right, so the other night after I finished all this up, came back in, went ahead and split that panel, split this under here, pushed it in, cut that area off, and now you can see it's a nice smooth transition. Turned out pretty nice. And then again, tight wipe all metal over that, a little sand that down, and make her look fantastic. But yeah, a little quick heads up on that. I'm gonna push this forward, move, pick up all these tools. I got tools everywhere, and go ahead and pull that car in and get it up on the lift and get those brakes changed out. And I may or may not bring you back for any of that because that's pretty boring. What's crazy is I love cars and I love tinkering with this stuff, but I hate working on regular stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just maintenance type stuff. It just does nothing for me. I guess because this is kind of artsy fartsy kind of stuff, you know, you can be artistic and you can use your skills. And I mean, that I'm gonna unbolt some stuff and I'm gonna bolt some stuff back on. I mean, it just, and there's just no reward, I guess you could say, out of that for me. But that's it. It's beautiful this morning, 75 degrees, and looks like it's 68 outside, 75 in here, and that's because it's been all closed up. But I'll open the doors up. Man, it's gonna be beautiful. Of course, it's gonna get a little warmer today, I think in the lower 90s ish. But that's it. So I'll get this bad boy going. We'll see what kind of problems we have. I don't know if it has any fancy fasteners or star heads or whatever. And these brakes, they don't have squealers on them like regular, you know, brake pads. They have sensors, which is really kind of cool, especially for women. And I'm not trying to say anything bad about women other than the fact that I've lived with several girls that let their cars, well, my daughter drove her car while the temperature light was on, and I was like, how long you been driving? Well, a couple days. Yeah, blew the motor up. So yeah, the fact that the light comes on the dash and says you need to change your brake pads, that's fantastic, because she immediately comes to me and goes, that light come on and says you need brake pads. That's great, because if it's squealing, they're probably going to run it until it's just nothing left. But there you go, and you can tell all the brake dust all over that. They're pretty wore. I was gonna have these turn, but there's that, man, I mean, that I don't know how far that is right there, but I thought, you know, by the time they turn it, there's gonna be nothing left, so might as well just go ahead and buy new rotors. So that's what we did. All right, guys, I'll bring you back in a little bit. See ya. So I wasn't gonna bring you along on this, but I thought I would maybe show you some of the shit that happens to me. So you see this little guy here? Yeah, that's supposed to have, where did it go? It's way over there. Way over there. So I squash my brake calipers. What I do when I do my brakes is I open the bleeder. I was told that if you don't and it pushes all the fluid back through, there's like lots of little orifices and stuff like that, and I know a lot of guys are gonna be like, I never heard of that. But on cars like this, these newer cars, if some of the dirty fluid or whatever gets in those orifices, it can block them and then it cause you all kinds of problems. So, you know, your ABS lights go off, all kinds of crap happens. So At least this is what I was told. So I always open these bleeder screws, bleed into this little cup here, and of course I'm squashing my piston and it slips off. This C-clamp comes down, hits the cup, knocks it off. Now I've got brake fluid all over the floor, all the way across, way over there, all the way to over there. I'm like, are you even kidding me? And I'm so careful. You can see I got my little pan down here, and you know, I've got everything, I'm doing everything like, you know, real careful so I don't make a mess. And what happens? I freaking make a mess. It just boggles my mind sometimes. Like I said, Murphy's Law, if it can go wrong, it will freaking go wrong. And it seems to do that for me. So just a little vent session, I think. Other than that, the brakes have been pretty easy to change. These were, the rotors were actually on there pretty hard. And I might have had these turned, but the lip right here is huge. So I just opted to go ahead and get new rotors. So anyway, yeah, other than that, these are pretty self-explanatory. They are just like any other set of brakes that you're going to do. There was no special tools, no special anything like that. Sometimes I'm leery on these foreign cars. They're going to have some kind of funky tool that I'm going to have to go buy that, you know, no one else makes and blah, blah, blah. But that didn't seem to be the case on this one. So, but yeah, now I got extra mess to clean up. Just so frustrating, really. And then again, more oil in my shop on the floor. That's always good too when you paint in here. So, all right, guys. Well, I'll cut it at that and get this mess cleaned up, and I still got to do the other side. So, see you guys. Hey guys, here's your tip of the day. If you already know this, then just keep on trucking. If you don't have any kitty litter, safe step, anything like that, that is ashes out of a fireplace. And it works fantastic. And as a matter of fact, because it's the color it is, it really kind of blends in with the concrete. So it really does do a good job. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. I just put this down. Hopefully the camera's on that. But yeah, this is just, you know, whatever. Just another little tip. But you know, you work that back and forth. We do this on car wrecks all the time, but we have something called, we call it kitty litter, but it's like safe step or something like that. And to be real honest with you, it sucks real bad because it's like little, it just doesn't soak it up. You have to stand on it, crush it, twist back and forth, and get it powdery like this. Well, I started using dirt. Dirt soaks this stuff, soaks up. Of course, I don't have ashes, you know, available for me, but they make multiple things you can get, but the city doesn't buy us that stuff. But like here, you know, I've got a whole fireplace full of this stuff, and as you can see there, it soaks it up real nice. Now it's still, you can see where it splattered and did all that, but that'll eventually fade. But that gets the main body of it up. So, yep, tip of the day. You spill something all over the floor and this stuff happens, it just absolutely amazes me. I changed the oil on one of these one day. I'm telling myself here. I changed the oil in my truck one day, and this isn't my truck obviously, but wherever the oil filter is, and I don't know on this one right off bat, but so 20 years I've never had any issues changing oil. I always change all my own oil, the whole deal. So this day, change the oil. I put full synthetic, Mobil 1, blah blah blah, best you can get stuff. You know, expensive as hell. Lube up my, you know, I always put oil on the little rubber seal before I put it back up there, put it on. Got everything changed. Turned the truck on and it shot oil all across my shop. I mean, literally way worse than this. I get out and I'm like, what the? So I get underneath there and start to looking. Well, when I pulled the old seal off, or when I pulled the old filter off, the old seal stayed stuck on the block. So when I put the new one on, I had a double seal there. When that pressure's up, it just blows right out. So another tip of the day: always check if you're changing your own oil, check and make sure that little seal is pulled off the engine block. Or when you take it off, make sure it's still on the can itself or the filter. But anyway, yeah, that was a massive mess, and I'm just, I'm like, really? But I guess that's life. I'm sure we all go through it. I'm sure you guys can tell me stories all day of stuff that's gone wrong and made a mess, but it seems to happen to me quite often. Like I said, I try to be real careful. Got me a little pan down, so I sprayed my brake cleaner on it. Drained off under the little pan, and then that C-clamp slips and just blows this stuff all over the floor. And I'm like, really? So that's about it. I got that one done. It's ready to go. I got to do this side over here now, and a little learning curve on the sensor and how it pops in and all that kind of stuff, but ultimately it wasn't that bad. So alright guys, well, I'll holler at you in a little bit. See ya. Well, there she is. I gave her a little wash job and cleaned it up. New brakes. Put windshield wiper stuff in it. Just kind of spent the afternoon messing with it, getting it back into driving condition. Anyway, pretty nice car. It's actually a real nice car. She likes it quite a bit. Those cars kind of bore me. I'm not a big fan of the new stuff, obviously. That's why I work on the old stuff. But these are must-haves because you have to have a dependable vehicle to get you back and forth to work. So these aren't always that way. So yeah, I got a mess to clean up. Stuff everywhere. So I'm gonna do that. And whether I'll get anything else done on this today, I don't know. It's 4:30 now, so we'll see what happens. I may come out tomorrow and tinker on it. My daughter will be with me tomorrow, so we'll see how well that goes. But that's it. Well, you guys have a good one. I'll talk to you later.